everybody. We're here today with my good friend, Mr. Hank Bilal. He's a phenomenal trombonist in the South Carolina area, singer, songwriter, producer. Uh, want to learn more about him today and share uh, the things about Hank in our community. So, without further ado, thanks for joining us today, Hank.
Thank you for having me.
My man. So, can you just tell us like a brief history? How'd you get to where you are now? Talk to me about your background in music.
Well, I can say it like this: it was all a dream. Well, I started off in church just like most musicians start off in church. Between singing on the choir, eventually playing my trombone with the band stuff, and work my way up the keyboard, or just studying, just studying music in school. I took it up in middle school, between concert band, marching band. I tried to do some of it all. And a particular church that I belong to is known for brass instruments, so they really push their younger people to play brass instruments, and trombone is the forefront instrument there, and that's where trombone came into play. But eventually, I learned, tuba, euphonium, and trumpet and stuff. But trombone is the main thing, that I do.
Did you go to school after you did a lot of church stuff, or did you do church stuff and
Yes,
school
yes.
stuff? Where'd you go to school?
Well, I went to school at Benedict College, class of 2014. Majored in music performance, and it was definitely a joy being there at Benedict. Get a chance to meet a lot of people, from different areas of the world, and great professors such as Dr. Kershaw, Dr. High, Miss Angela Blaylock. These are great professors that I had looked up to when I was in school, just as well as I looked up to some of my peers. So I was glad for that college experience.
That's awesome. The I know that you did some really great things in college, and you grew up in the church, you did stuff in the college, and then you went on to do what? After you left Benedict, where'd you go? Did you go to Charleston? Did you go to Columbia? What'd you do after?
After Benedict College, by maybe a year later, a few months later, I had started working on my first album, which featured smooth jazz and inspirational jazz. I worked on that. It came out with an album, and eventually, at some point in time, maybe probably a year from then, I ended up being a school teacher at St. Martin de Porres Catholic School. It's a Catholic elementary school that's actually a part of the Diocese of Charleston instead of being a part of the school district, just like the other schools. But it's a private, all black school actually. Within the neighborhood of Allen and Benedict College. But we call that the Waverly Place community. Us a predominantly black community with historical content and all that good stuff. But yeah, I've been there now for 5 years. Got my start in 2015, and I just celebrated my 5th year as a music teacher recently. So it's definitely a blessing.
Congratulations, man. 5 years teaching. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing
My
that.
pleasure.
I know the students really love you. When you and I talk about your school, I know the students, you always talk about how the awesome things are happening with your students at your school. I hear that. What are
Definitely,
you
yeah.
doing now? Like in the community, are you doing any recording projects? Are you releasing any albums? Talk to us about what you're doing.
But before this year's over with, I plan on releasing two albums. I'm doing, something that involves, covers. I'm doing covers. And the name of the CD is called Beneath the Covers. It features me playing 9 R&B instrumental songs. I'm doing songs from Shalimar, songs from the group Guy, decades of R&B music from the 80s to, the 2000s. So that's one project I've been working on. And that should come out, this summer. Also, I plan on doing a Christmas project, which I pretty much am on the last track working on that. And it's going to be a lot of the Christmas songs that you know grew up listening to, different arrangements of those, and also one original Christmas song is going to be on the album. And this particular album will feature different artists. You know, I have trumpet, I have a trumpet player, I have a flute player, or people call them flautists. You know, some guitar, you know, some different rare instruments, and you know, it's both projects are going to be pretty cool. Definitely been putting my hard work and labor into them.
How do people find this? Will this be on Apple Music or Spotify, or do you have to buy it directly?
Yeah, it'll be on everything you can think of: Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube, the whole nine.
I hear that. By the way, how do people follow you? If people want to keep up with you and check you out on Instagram or social media, what are just some handles or some names that you have that you can share?
Well, on Instagram, I have at Bilal underscore 1919. I have my Twitter page is at Bilal BC. At Bilal underscore BC, my fault. And I have Facebook. My Facebook is Hank Bilal Music. And you can also follow me on my website. My website is, for the people that don't have social media, my website is www.hankbilalmusic.com. So those are
I
all.
hear it. We'll make sure we share that at the bottom with the description link so people can follow you and check out some things, man. So I have one more question for you that's more for the students and upcoming musicians. What's some advice that you would give either as a trombonist or a musician or anything that can apply to a musician today?
Well, this could apply. This following statement can apply for musicians. It can just apply for everybody, you know, in general. But I'll say be consistent. You know, be consistent in what you're doing. Stay consistent. And things not going to come overnight, but they will come. Between they will come, you know, here and there, because your hard work and the dedication that you put into, you know, what you do. So I say be consistent, practice. That's another thing. Study music, study genres, study eras of music. Like go beyond, you know, one genre. You know, do several. Pop, learn pop, R&B, Motown, classical. Learn it all. The more you learn, the more valuable you become as a musician. And you know, we want to work. You know, we all want to work. We all want to do the gigs, or whether they be small or big. We all want to just be working as musicians, because that's what makes us happy. So if you want to be that, you know, you have to do the part and put in the work, be consistent, practice good habits. You know, come to the gigs on time, come to the rehearsals on time, show up. You know, some people I done seen musicians not show up at all on the gig, and I'm just like, how could, you know? I have too much of a conscience not to show up on the gig. But yeah, but just be consistent and be dependable. Your word is the best thing you're gonna have going on for you. So, you know, and we need other people. You know, we can't be in this music thing by ourselves. We need other people. You know, we need resources. So, you know, get people upset and not want to call you back again, or show good work habits. You know, all that good stuff.
Be dependable. That's what I got out of that, everybody. Be dependable. Be dependable. Show up on time. Well, Hank, thank you for your time today. We can't wait to get back face to face and see you, and I can't wait to get back and start gigging with you again in person. So hopefully it'll be soon.
Thank you,
Everybody
man.
else, have a great day. Thank you, Hank. Hope you gained something from today. Be dependable.